The teaching-learning process has been affected due to COVID-19 pandemic since 2020. Knowing the fact that our place where communications and technology are experiencing difficulties due to poor internet connection, we prefer to use modular distance learning. In pursuant to DepEd Order No. 31 Series of 2020 Interim Guidelines, wherein pupils are required to submit 4 written works and 4 performance tasks. The researchers came up to this action research titled Monitoring Weekly Learning Progress Report and Weekly Learning Progress Recording Form, an intervention to increase submission of outputs of grade 6 pupils in Tua Elementary School. This study answered the following questions. What is the number of submitted outputs of pupils prior to the intervention introduced by the teacher for 8 weeks? What is the number of submitted outputs of pupils after the intervention introduced by the teacher for 8 weeks? Is there a significant difference in number of submitted outputs of the pupils prior to and after the intervention for 8 weeks? The researchers sought the approval of their school head for the conduct of this research. Forms were derived from DepEd Order No. 31 Series of 2020. After identifying the pupils, forms were inserted in the modules during the distribution and retrieval. And recording follows. The experimental method was utilized. The identified grade 6 pupils and their parents became the participants to this study. Recording of submitted written and performance task outputs for weekly basis. Numerical results were subjected to t-tests using SPSS and using 0.05 level of significance. A total of 175 written works and 161 performance tasks were submitted prior to the intervention, while a total of 332 written works and 340 performance tasks were submitted after the intervention. Written works comprise of 48% of total expected submissions prior to the intervention and 92% after the intervention, while 44% of performance tasks prior to and 94% after the intervention. This shows the significant difference of the written output prior to and after the intervention, while this one shows the significant difference of their performance tasks with computed t-tests of 6.59, critical value equal to 0.80 at p less than 0.01163. Hence, it is very clear that the intervention is very effective.